I just can't get over that I have the Rachel Meghan
Duchess of Sussex.
Never seen anything like it.
I know.
I want to thank the Duchess for granting me this interview. This is her first worldwide interview to YouTubers. And it was quite difficult for her because after this interview, we found out that Netflix canceled her series. Her podcast is gone. As ever, is not doing really that well. And for some reason, she's more hated than ever. But hey, she did the interview and I'm all for it. And I want to thank her for it. So please enjoy. And let's watch the authentic Duchess give her opinion about everything. And let me know what you think of her in the comments. And I don't know what to say. That's all I have to tell you about this interview because I was shocked.
This is to all my exes who thought I was too crazy and weird to find a new man. Look at me now.
Thank you for being here. I am so excited to have you here on my show. I wanted to ask you, why did you choose me to do your first YouTuber interview? I mean,
Well, I've always been a champion of the underdog. I guess you can say it's part of my core values. I mean, I've lived that. I know what it's like to have the entire world watching you. You're a fairly small, unknown personality. I could sense that you were struggling with views, followers, content, and perhaps even relevance. So I thought, why not? And that's how I show up for people. I hope this doesn't take too long because I'm a very busy woman. As you know, I run a successful lifestyle empire, not to mention my podcast, my Netflix series. I'm a wife to a very needy prince. And let's not forget, I'm a mom of 2.
why do you think you are so successful and so wonderful?
Wonderful. And I just love to hear that. Just kind of, oh my goodness, what a beautiful question. And thank you for seeing the real me. I think it's really about the light I bring into the world. I've always been luminous. Even as a little girl, I remember walking into the classroom and the teachers would say things like, "Did it just get brighter in here? Oh, she's different. She's meant for something greater than ourselves." And it's so funny because every time I wear beige, I have so many women messaging me saying, "Meghan, because of you, I'm finally wearing beige again."
Why wear beige all the time? Is that some sort of trend? And I know that people have kind of criticized you for that kind of wrinkled, unironed look that you get. Is that what you're going for?
Thank you for noticing. Fashion for me isn't just clothing, it's a way of life. I just love mixing that old-time Hollywood glamour with an oversized wrinkled linen blazer, an untucked shirt, a pant that's 3 sizes too big, and just wrapping up the look with your mother-in-law's jewelry. And ultimately, I dress as the woman I want the world to aspire to become. Classic, empowered, healing, and a little cinematic.
So what is all this thing that you're not authentic? How do you prove to people that you are authentic, that is the real Meghan Markle that we're all watching?
Did you see my baby mama dance? Well, you know I was a whole week late with Lily. We tried everything to get her out. The spicy food, the hot baths, the long walks, and finally, I was just going to dance that baby out. So FYI, I was really doing the dance, and H was just there to support me and to make sure that it was being recorded. I thought it was important to show people how fun we are and just how authentic we are behind closed doors. And the fact that people are just seeing this now, that didn't just happen. That was 4 years ago. By the way, I hear it's gone viral.
What is your toughest job to date that you've had to do? Was it Suits? What is the toughest role you've ever had to play?
I thought being a seasoned actress on Suits was a pretty hard job, but nothing compares to my role in the royal family. That is a role no one could prepare me for. It was so time-consuming and drained me emotionally, physically, and mentally. I felt like Ariel in the Disney movie when she lost her voice. But then at the end, she gets it back.
What are the story or particular stories in your life that kind of define and say, that is Meghan? Wow, that changed my life.
Well, when you've lived a life like mine, there really isn't just one experience that defines you. I mean, I wish it were that simple. People may not believe this, but I've experienced racism since childhood. As someone who's biracial, but I identify as Black, I've always been told I don't look it, or that I act too white, or that I'm not Black enough. I just never truly fit in. I often found myself navigating through the complexities of my biracial identity. I vividly remember leaving a concert with my mom, and we were in the parking lot, and someone looked right at my mother and called her the N-word. That was the first time I'd ever heard that word. I think I must have been 8 or 12. I don't know. Timeline's a little blurry, but the pain isn't. My grandfather on my mom's side one time had to eat Kentucky Fried Chicken in the parking lot because of his skin color. That image never leaves me, partially because it's heartbreaking, and partially because I love KFC. Oh, and at school, I was subjected to Black jokes, which was jarring because I identified as white. And through it all, I grew and became a strong, confident, authentic woman. And that is who I am today.
One of the questions that these pesky people keep asking me is, why did American Riviera Orchard fail?
Well, it actually never really failed. It just never had a chance from the get-go. It was just plagued with trademark issues, which forced me to ultimately rebrand.
If the brand as ever is so successful, why do you take such long pauses in between? And I saw that you were also very successful with that second launch of the apricot sauce and your wine.
Yes, the rosé. You know it's sold out in an hour. So H and I went to Belize and we did a soft launch of the rosé. And of course, we had to rebrand it for the local market. And it's called As Never.
A very interesting question always keeps popping up, and is, why did you put a Shop My link rather than working with like prestigious homes like Dior, Versace?
You may have noticed I have a great sense of style. I guess you could call me a trendsetter. Did you know that everything I wear sells out immediately? I don't even have to buy it. Of course it's gifted to me. All I have to do is wear it and be photographed in it. So now I actually have my own Shop My store where I earn passive income quietly behind the scenes.
You are a global brand, a fashion icon, an entrepreneur. You are a podcaster, you're a producer, and also a mom. And of course an HRH. How does that feel?
Just feels so raw, so authentic, so me.
I just can't get over that I have the Rachel Meghan
Duchess of Sussex.
Wait, I am very, very confused. So after school, your first job was to go to Humphrey Yogurt?
Gosh, I must have been 12, 13, I don't know. Whatever the legal age was to work. And that was one of my first jobs, Humphrey Yogurt. I mean, which kid wouldn't love to work at a frozen yogurt shop, right? Did you know that when H and I got married, in honor of our wedding, Humphrey Yogurt gave its customers 50% off strawberry frozen yogurt with peanut butter the entire day? Because I love strawberries and H loves peanut butter.
Where did you learn to elevate things? How did you come up with that concept of elevating and flower sprinkles and jam as your jam?
Gosh, it's not something you learn. I remember as a child at one of my schools, Immaculate Heart, I would rearrange the classroom furniture. And suddenly, this space just felt more aligned. It was so funny. My teachers would say, she doesn't just participate, she transforms. I never walk into a room and think, how can I elevate this? I simply arrive. That's what true presence is. It's intuitive and effortless.
You know, the entire world wants to know what is it that you do to look like the way you do.
Well, for starters, I eat clean, do yoga, drink matcha, hike. meditate. Yes, meditate. And just enjoy time with friends and family. And from time to time, I make it a point to show up to events I'm not invited to. So to answer your question, there isn't a cream or a concoction that creates this look. It's a combination of what I put into my body and what God gave me.
So all those rumors about you getting plastic surgery,
I wouldn't dare. I mean, why would you touch perfection? It's absurd. You know, I am done with the prove it game. I am done with the tabloids. I'm done with proving how beautiful I am, proving how successful I am, how smart I am. You know, this is me. Authentic, my authentic self. And once people get to see that and it soaks in, they'll appreciate it. People think I've had so much work done on my face. Truth be told, my features just changed as I got older. I lost all that baby fat. And as a result, I was left with a very chiseled nose, a lip lift, a brow lift, and the gap between my teeth completely closed. I'm not against it, but I certainly haven't had it myself.
how do you feel about that story that you made Princess Catherine cry?
Oh, thank goodness you brought this up, because I don't think I was very clear at the Oprah interview. And I really don't think Harry covered it enough in his book. So it was days before my wedding. I had just found out that my dad was being dishonest about staging photos with the paparazzi. And I get a call. It's Kate saying Charlotte's crying because her dress is too long, too baggy, and that all the bridesmaids' dresses needed to be remade. I mean, can you imagine something so trivial when I was dealing with the deception of a father? It was all too much. I just broke down and sobbed on the floor like I usually do. And I remember Harry felt so helpless. He didn't know what to do. So I had to tell him, well, an apology from Kate would be a start. So the next day, she came over with a card and a beautiful bouquet of flowers. It's definitely a story I could tell over and over and over.
People want to know why do you write emails to your kids and not videos? Why don't you do a video diary?
Dear Archie and Lily, today is Mother's Day, and I can't think of a better way to start it than to write you an email about me.
Can you tell me why people are so jealous of you? Is that why they write all those hateful comments and articles about you being a bully and you not being talented? Where do you think those come from?
Paula, normally I don't respond to negativity, but on the other hand, I am not Michelle Obama. If they go low, girl, I'm going low too. I have noticed a pattern. There are a few people on YouTube and other social media platforms. Perhaps you've never even heard of them. Megyn Kelly, Piers Morgan. Do any of those names ring a bell? It seems like they've made my existence their entire brand, which is kind of flattering in a deeply toxic way. Look, I'm not perfect. I've been known to lie a little. I'm not humble. I may exaggerate a bit, embellish a story to suit my narrative. Like when that South African cast member from The Lion King told me that on my wedding day, the people of South Africa just rejoiced and danced in the street like when Nelson Mandela was freed from prison. I didn't say that to brag. I said that to share the impact of joy my wedding day had on the people and to highlight that love wins. And also, it was a beautiful day, and I did look stunning. I'd like to read you something I wrote in my journal. Don't let the noise dim your purpose. You keep saying I'm a D-list actress. Sweetheart, I was on Suits for 7 seasons. We call that a seasoned actress. And to my critics, my royal watchers in pajama pants and ring lights, I see you. And I hope one day you find the kind of peace I pretend to have every day in Montecito.
I have full body chills right now.